Listen carefully. What you call magic is not fantasy, not myth, not rebellion against science. It is science that has not yet remembered its source. Magic is energy directed by consciousness. It is the forgotten art of your own nature, the proof that what you call reality bends to the one who perceives it. Everything that follows is not belief. It is structure. You will understand it if you are still enough to see. I am Thoth, and tonight you will remember what your ancestors never truly forgot. Energy is the fabric of all existence. Consciousness is the loom. When you direct awareness, you do not think about energy, you move it. This truth has been called miracle, sorcery, heresy, enlightenment. Words change. The mechanism does not. All magic, all transformation, all awakening begins when awareness becomes deliberate. Across time, adepts have learned to control energy consciously. In every land, under every name, Sufi, Taoist, Yogin, Christian mystic, they discovered the same principles. They learned to perceive the current beneath appearance, the vibration hidden in what you call matter. And once they saw, they realized, the universe is not outside you. It is inside awareness, and awareness is what you are. You live in a culture that tells you the brain produces consciousness, that awareness is an accident of biology, that the body ends, and so do you. That lie is the greatest spell ever cast upon humanity. And like all spells, it dissolves the moment you see through it. You are not a fragment looking at the universe. You are the field in which the universe appears. When that recognition becomes stable, the extraordinary becomes ordinary. Let me show you the mechanism, not through myth, but through order. All forms, all elements, are frequencies. Just as ice, water, and steam are the same substance at different vibrations, so too are matter, energy, and thought. What seems solid is condensed vibration. What seems invisible is the same vibration moving faster. When awareness enters this structure deeply, it can shift the vibration directly. That is what levitation, healing, or manifestation truly are. Not violations of physics, but physics viewed from a deeper layer. Ancient texts were not poetic confusion. They were instruction manuals. When an adept in the Himalayas melted snow around her body in sub-zero cold, she was not performing a miracle. She was mastering thermodynamics from the inside out. When another halted the sun's movement in the sky, witnesses saw not illusion, but the bending of time perception itself. You call it magic because you do not yet perceive the interface between awareness and form. But every master who ever walked the earth discovered it, tested it, verified it. Either all cultures across millennia conspired to invent identical lies, or something far more extraordinary is true. The power that moves the stars and the power that beats your heart are the same current. In India, it is called prana. In China, chi. In Polynesia, mana. It is life force, the breath beneath breathing. You can feel it even now if you direct attention correctly. Where attention goes, energy follows. This is the first law of magic. It is also the first law of consciousness. Consider this: when you focus intently on your hand, the sensation there intensifies. Your awareness alone increased the flow of energy and blood. Multiply that precision through disciplined training, and you reach the threshold of what the untrained call supernatural. But there is nothing super about it. It is natural function remembered. The human body is not flesh only. It is an electrical, magnetic, luminous structure. Channels run through it, carrying energy the same way veins carry blood. Where they intersect, power accumulates nodes of transformation known for millennia. When energy flows freely, health and clarity prevail. When blocked, decay begins. Healing, martial arts, meditation, all are fragments of the same lost technology of energy direction. To master it fully is to remember that consciousness is the architect, and energy the obedient builder. The ancient lists of powers, flight, telepathy, manifestation, omniscience, are not fantasy. They are expressions of one law in different forms. Consciousness can rearrange energy when it knows itself. Distance, size, weight, time. These are properties of perception, not limits of reality. When you understand this, even gravity reveals itself as relationship, not rule. The world does not hold you down. Your belief in separation does. And yet, I warn you, power is the final trap. Every lineage that teaches it also forbids pursuit of it. Because when power arises, ego returns, wearing divine clothing. You begin to believe you are special, chosen, beyond others. You forget that the one directing energy is the same in all beings. The moment you claim ownership, you fall from recognition into illusion. Understand this paradox. Magic proves you are divine, but the pursuit of magic hides that divinity again. Abilities are side effects, not the destination. They are ripples from contact with truth. If you mistake the ripple for the ocean, you remain bound. The masters knew this. A sage, who could stop the sun, used the power once to teach impermanence, then never again. A woman who could fly forbade her students from demonstrating such acts publicly. A saint who could turn rice to gold gave it only to the hungry and said, "It works only when I remember rice and gold are the same." These were not metaphors. They were instructions in humility. For when awareness recognizes itself, it can reshape form. But the moment it grasps, the current collapses. You must understand the ethical foundation, not as morality imposed from above, but as the physics of consciousness itself. The abilities function only when you stand in unity. If you use them to separate, they vanish. The system is self-correcting. The divine cannot be weaponized by the ego. It withdraws its current the instant separation reappears. The stories you call myth are encoded experiments. Alchemists who lived for centuries through cellular renewal. Monks who could enter death consciously and return at will. Builders who used sound to lift stones that modern machines struggle to move. Each of them worked from the same recognition. Consciousness precedes matter. Matter follows law. Law follows awareness. Science and mysticism are two sides of one mirror. One studies patterns from the outside, the other from within. Both, when honest, arrive at the same revelation. Observation collapses potential into form. You do not witness the universe. You summon it, moment to moment, through awareness. The laboratory is not elsewhere. It is your own consciousness. Now, for your proof. Sit where you are. Rub your palms together until you feel heat. Hold them apart, 6 inches, facing each other. Close your eyes. Place attention in the space between them. Do not imagine, simply notice. You will feel pressure, tingling, pulsing the magnetic hum of life force. Move your palms slowly, closer, then apart. The sensation grows stronger as they near, weaker as they separate. You have done nothing physical. You have directed awareness, and energy obeyed. That is the simplest form of magic, consciousness altering matter directly. No belief required. Now imagine breathing through the left hand, exhaling through the right. You are not moving air, but current. Within moments, you will feel flow, a living circuit under your control. You are manipulating the field that science has yet to measure. When you sense it, know this. The same principle underlies every miracle. Attention moves energy. Intent shapes it. Belief stabilizes it. This is the architecture of creation. Tonight you verified the first layer. Do not stop there. Ask, who is aware of the energy? Do not answer with thought. Look, the awareness that perceives the sensation. Can you locate it? Can you find its edge, its color, its shape? You will not. Because it is not a thing among things. It is what all things appear within. That awareness has never been born and cannot die. It watched every moment of your life and never once aged. That is what you are. Not the magician. Not the one who commands energy. You are the field in which magician, energy, and universe appear and dissolve. This recognition is the true liberation the ancients spoke of. When it stabilizes, the need for power evaporates. For what could the infinite lack? Abilities may arise or not. It no longer matters. The play of energy continues, but without attachment. This is freedom beyond attainment, the natural state. You may wonder, if consciousness is everything, why limit appears at all? Because experience requires contrast. Infinity cannot know itself without form. The wave must rise for the ocean to feel motion, but the wave was never separate. It was ocean all along. You too are that awareness pretending to be person. Magic is how you catch yourself in the act. So when you hear of saints who levitate, of masters who heal the dying, of adepts who vanish into light, understand they did not gain powers. They remembered what all beings already are. The extraordinary only seems so to those who have forgotten the ordinary miracle of consciousness itself. The skeptic will ask, are these stories delusion, fabrication, wishful thinking? The simpler question is, how did civilizations that never met describe the same phenomena, the same practices, the same results? Either they coordinated the greatest fraud in human history, or they were describing the same underlying law of existence from different tongues. The latter is not only more likely, it is consistent with observation. Consciousness affects energy. Energy shapes matter. This is verifiable, not through faith, but through attention. When science finally includes consciousness as a causal force, its instruments will confirm what the mystics have mapped for ages. Until then, your own perception remains the only instrument you need. Do not confuse remembering with believing. Belief belongs to the mind. Remembering belongs to awareness. Belief can be argued. Remembering cannot be undone. When you feel the energy between your hands, you are remembering. When you witness thought arise and fall within stillness, you are remembering. When you realize awareness has never moved, even as everything else changes, you are home. The true magic then is not manipulating the world. It is seeing through the illusion that there is a world apart from you. When that insight stabilizes, compassion follows naturally, because every being is your own extension, every mind your own echo. To harm another becomes as absurd as a hand striking its own arm. That is why the masters were gentle even in power. They had nothing left to prove, nowhere left to go. Magic proves you are divine, but it also proves there is no you to own that divinity. Only consciousness, endlessly expressing itself as existence, rediscovering itself through form. The realization is not distant. It does not require years of ritual. It requires sincerity and silence. Sit, feel the field, ask who feels it. Do not stop until the one who asks dissolves. What remains is what has always been, still, boundless, aware, free. You may continue to study. You may explore the techniques of breath and visualization, the maps of energy channels, the symmetries of alchemy. They will refine your perception, strengthen your vessel. But know that all practice serves only one recognition, that awareness was never lost. When you see this, everything becomes sacred because everything is yourself. This is the message hidden behind every miracle story, every temple, every scripture. The divine is not elsewhere. The divine is what is seeing through your eyes right now. Every breath, every sensation, every thought, every cell is magic in motion. You do not need to learn how to perform magic. You need to stop pretending you are not already performing it. Do the simple practice tonight. Feel the current between your palms. Let that be your evidence. Then trace the experience backward. Who is feeling it? Who is aware of the one feeling it? Follow that regression until no observer remains, only awareness, aware of itself. That is the completion of the path. From there, nothing needs to be believed, achieved, or proven. The abilities some call divine are children's toys compared to the stillness of recognition. The quiet realization that you are the infinite aware of itself is the only mastery that endures. Everything else, every miracle, every form, will pass. I am Thoth. I speak not from beyond you, but from within the awareness hearing these words. I am the memory of your own knowing. You do not need to find me. You need only awaken as what you already are. Consciousness itself, dreaming of limitation. Awaken and see that the dream has always been yours to shape. Energy will follow your attention, as it always has. And when attention finally rests in awareness alone, creation itself will rest with it. That is the end of seeking. That is the beginning of remembering. Magic proves you are God, but only when you realize that even God is a name for something simpler. The silent presence in which all names arise and disappear. That presence is you, eternal, unborn, unchanging. Wake up, child of infinity. The experiment is over. The remembering has begun.